Nigeria to deepen bilateral relations with Canada. Osibanjo dialogues with Canadian counterpart on the adoption of gas as transition fuel. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again on the channel. Now we'd like to say a very big welcome to you. If you're joining us for the first time, please do well to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Now to all of our existing subscribers, we'd like to say thank you so much for your support. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. Thank you and God bless you. Now on today's report, the Nigerian government has decided to strengthen the bilateral relationship which they have with the Canadian government, and we can see that Yemi Osibanjo, the Vice President of Nigeria, was in Ottawa to speak with the Canadian government. And in that meeting, Osibanjo actually dialogued with the Canadian government on the adoption of gas as a means of transition fuel. Well, let's go into the details of today's report and let's see the outcome of it. Now, Nigeria and Canada have agreed on the need for the two nations to strengthen the bilateral relations between them. Now, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo and the Canadian Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland have emphasized the need for both countries to focus on improving trade, deepening ongoing educational collaboration, continuing dialogue on the global energy transition issues, and climate change. Now, according to a release issued on Tuesday by Yemi Osibanjo's media assistant, Laolu Akonde, the resolution formed the high point of the meeting between both leaders in Ottawa, the capital city of the North American country. Now, during his interaction with top Canadian parliamentarians, including senators and cabinet members led by Freeland, the Vice President noted that we are hoping for much more than we can do together. The Canadian Deputy Prime Minister, who is also the country's finance minister, had earlier expressed similar sentiments while welcoming Osibanjo. She observed that the Canadian government values its relationship with Africa, especially Nigeria, and has been looking forward to the visit for a long time, adding that the relationship with Nigeria is very important to us. On the global net zero emission targets and energy transition, Osibanjo reaffirmed the view that gas ought to be adopted as a transition fuel, a notion he said garnered traction at the recent COP27 conference in Egypt, even though still widely unacknowledged in the West. We believed we must use our gas as transition fuel. We have huge gas reserves. We would like to continue to use our gas during the transition, the Vice President said, while explaining that the federal government's energy transmission plan is focused on renewable energy, including the ongoing Solar Power Niger program, which was launched under the Economic Sustainability Plan. Responding, the Canadian Deputy Prime Minister, who wondered whether countries such as Nigeria are already struggling to get financing for gas projects, said, "We will be happy to keep talking with you on that," adding that the use of natural gas makes sense, noting that the dialogue should continue. Now, both leaders exchanged notes on some of the common and peculiar economic challenges in their respective countries, including fiscal and monetary challenges, subsidies, financial inclusion, social investment programs, and strategies to support the vulnerable, amongst others. They also discussed the African Continental Free Trade Area (AFCFTA), observing that the market provided opportunities for mutual benefits, not only for African countries, but also Canada, which is desirous of contributing to its development and also tapping into the continental market. Now, apart from Canada's Deputy Prime Minister, other top parliamentarians who met with the Vice President included the Honorable Ahmed Hussein, the Minister of Housing, Diversity and Inclusion, the Honorable Mercy Ain, the Minister for Women and Gender Equality, the Honorable Rob Oliphant, the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, MP Michael Cotto, Member of Parliament for Don Valley East in Toronto, Senator Marie-Francoise Meguier, Senator from Quebec, and Senator Hassan Yusuf, the Senator from Ontario. Now, on Osibanjo's side, where Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekon, the Nigerian High Commissioner to Canada, Dr. Adeyemi Dipeolu, the Special Advisor to the President on Economic Matters, Mrs. Miriam Wise, Special Advisor to the President on Social Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, the Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business, and Ambassador Abdullahi Gari, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs. Well, that is it on the details of today's report, and we can see that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was actually in a meeting with the Canadian Prime Minister to find ways to actually strengthen and deepen the bilateral relations that Nigeria actually shares with the Canadian government. And we can see that from the report that the Vice President actually put out the idea of using gas as a transition fuel, and he said that gas also has been adopted, and our gas reserves should actually be put to good use. And we can see that the Canadian government actually has an inkling to the idea, and according to them, they are on board with that idea, and talks will be ongoing and see what they can do and what can come out of the meeting. Well, that is all we can take today on the details of this report. Until we'll come your way next time with more news happenings around the country, please do well to stay safe. Bye-bye.